Hey, got great Wednesday morning. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning. The city of Brownsville had rained last night.
Oh, it rained this morning, bro. Really?
Early this
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
I woke up and there was no, it wasn't raining. And I actually was thinking because when I woke up earlier, I think thought I need to find something to wear because I don't have anything. I don't have a raincoat. I don't have an umbrella because I'm a man.
I don't know. You dressed up for Char Days. You know Char Days already happened, right?
I'm not wearing my charter. This is my
It looks like a Char Days outfit, you know.
Peruvian
Oh,
best.
Peruvian. Okay, it looked a little like Chinese hieroglyphics there or something on your shirt, and I couldn't tell if Mexican, Olmec. I don't know.
Yeah, that's thick.
Mayan. I don't know.
Inca,
Inca. Oh yeah, Inca language. Okay, sure.
Peruvian.
I know. I know what the Incas are,
It's so
dude.
funny because this vest, I love this vest. This vest, uh, I didn't find it.
Ooh.
I didn't find it anywhere.
Uh huh.
But this lady had it on,
Oh, that's right.
and I go like, I'd like to have that, and she
Mhm.
goes, oh, said, I'll buy it from you, and she goes, oh, she gave me a big old price. I said, give you $20, and she goes, oh, le dije, pero a ver si me queda. I mean, I put it on and it fits perfectly. The only
Mhm.
problem is that the pockets have holes in them, but because it was worn, it was used
Mhm.
by them. So I need someone to sew up my pockets, and I could do that. I just haven't had the time to do it. Well, I just haven't had the patience to do it. But
You could
and
have
I
done
still can
last
cover it.
night.
So it was kind of a cool thing. Of course, I did send it to the cleaners and make sure it was sanitized.
Don't need to be clean germaphobe. I thought I was a germaphobe, not you.
No, I wanted to make sure that all the little bugs that anyone might be carrying.
Bugs. I'm telling you, germaphobe. Little, microscopic bugs. You talking about?
Or
Maybe
any
the corona.
I don't think they have bugs, man. It's super cold over there.
no,
All
pero
the time.
no, pero
Prehistoric bugs, maybe because of Inca.
no,
You got Jurassic Park on your shirt or something.
like lice,
Oh, but prehistoric lice, proto lice. You know.
piojitos. I've always loved that word, piojitos. Los piojitos. But that's why I brought the vest, and let me tell you, I love it. I just don't wear it as often as I could. And I thought today, well, since it's rainy, maybe I'll use the vest. But more than anything, it's my shirt. My shirt started to feel a little bit tight, or it's one of my smaller shirts. And I said, yeah, I don't want to have my little lonjitas being sewn on the side, so a vest will hide that a little bit.
Okay.
That's why, but
So
that's one of the reasons why I tell people like I don't understand how people go to Walmart, and they're dressed like all fodongas or fodongos, and we're like, guys, I mean, you don't have to, wear a coat and a tie like Erasmo
uh,
does to go to Walmart,
yeah,
but you don't have to, go the other route, and go completely.
that's why I don't go to Walmart. I
You
don't want to
know,
see people with juicy on the back of their butt, and they're not very juicy. It's very
Yeah,
lonja-ish.
pink and la loca.
Like it's not juicy, guys. There's nothing juicy or baby.
I
You're
think
old, lady.
30-year-old woman wearing those brand pink. Like in a laguna tank top, like it's a pink. Like what the heck?
My favorite are the ones that wear the chanclas, or like the little furry chancla looking things. And then they have they have some of their nails painted, but not all of them because some of it wore off.
I know. I said pink. What
Like,
color when pink fades away?
it's true.
Oh
uh,
my goodness, man.
I don't. I just don't like going to Walmart. You
Yeah,
see the people that you don't want to see, right?
have you gone to Walmart like I want to say around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning? You even see more weirdo people there.
Yeah, yeah. You might even see somebody who might be a cross-dresser that's gonna shoot up children because you're a freaking weirdo person. Ooh, weird segue, right? Speaking of weirdo, there you go. Just
Yeah.
tongue sticking out. Well, not to laugh about what happened yesterday.
Look at the comments. Ya salió
Okay.
el sol, Dad. I know. Actually, I woke up. It was a little. Good morning. Are we having intermittent rain? No, but it's unexpected.
Well,
Good
Miss Miller
morning.
should know. Your husband's a meteorologist, isn't he? He's
Miss
like an
Miller?
expert weather person. Miss Miller, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's an expert meteorologist person.
Storm this morning. It was crazy. And I feel for Matamoros. Matamoros, they flooded horribly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I probably didn't help that water was starting to go down, and all of a sudden it just came back up. Good
Yeah.
morning, good morning from Corpus. Good morning from Corpus. Good morning, good morning. What are you doing, Corpus, Papa? Saludos, bendiciones, primo Erasmo. Ay, Lidina hermosa, ¿cómo estás? She is a relative of mine. Actually, I have relatives of mine that are now my landlords here at the office.
Oh no. Did they
Yeah,
raise your rent?
they did raise my
Of
rent,
course they are. That's what
but
families. That's
I'm going
what
like
families are for.
I'm going like guys, we're family. Y nos subieron la renta, lo divina. And I go like,
Parece que tiene poquito de judío, primo.
no,
It's the appraisal, right?
I'm just joking. It wasn't, no lo subieron mucho. Era razonable y entendible. Pero it's kind of, it's kind of on the iffy stuff to be dealing with family members, but in regards to business. But I'm very, very proud that they sent the contract and everything. So I said, nah, no issue.
Yeah.
My only issue was like I always tried to be ahead of the game. So what
Yeah.
happened is I being ahead of the game, I had my rent paid all the way till July because I like to be al tanto.
So you're
So
giving him a no interest loan, basically.
yeah,
You really should just put that money in the bank and it can draw what little interest you're gonna get, or
well,
that's too complicated.
part of the problem is once you put money in the bank, you're going to go out there and spend it. Because
No, it's in the bank for that reason, so you don't
uh,
spend it.
trust me,
It's for them to have a loan
it
and
could be
interest.
in your bank, and I'll find a way to spend it.
You probably would.
Este, no, so
Trips.
you have money in there, and all of a sudden you go like, "What's that?" That's why I want everyone to share my candidate page because I finally started to receive money from Facebook.
So
Este,
Elon Musk, no, I'm sorry, the other one, the other rich guy, Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah,
Sorry,
Zuckerberg.
sorry, I
Mark.
forget which billionaire owns what, right?
I'm I'm receiving money from Mark, and I love Mark.
More than Elon?
Yeah, I love Mark more than Elon right now,
Oh,
guys. Let me tell you, Mark's king.
and because
He's
Elon still doesn't own Twitter yet completely. I mean, he needs to figure out a way to monetize it so you can be able to do lives on Twitter. Then you'll love Elon like Troy does.
Oh, this is actually streaming on Twitter now.
Yeah, no, but that's Periscope. It's crap. It's not really Twitter. It's actually Periscope. It's not cool. It needs to be seamless and only. Free advice, Elon: make your don't use Periscope anymore. Let it stream on Twitter and stuff.
I didn't even know, but I didn't know that. I mean, you're well versed in Twitter. I'm not.
Yeah, it's okay.
Uh,
I
the
love
other
Twitter.
the other thing that Roma is well versed in is in being Catholic and
Oh yeah.
going back into the shooter thing. I heard Roman from someone that the
For me, I told you, I literally came on, and he's like, "I'm not really happy at my bishop right now."
the
What?
Archbishop
Why?
here in Brownsville all of a sudden decided to go out there and bash guns.
Yeah, on Twitter, he said something about. Oh gosh, I'm not going to read it.
First of all, why is an archbishop
He's
on
not an
Twitter?
archbishop. He's a bishop. There's a lot of Catholic Twitter. Hashtag Catholic Twitter is big on Twitter. And so yeah, there's a lot of bishops and archbishops. Even the Pope is on Twitter.
Well,
Everybody uses it differently. There's a lot of priests out there.
he went out there and said that it was easier to get a gun than it was to get an aspirin.
Yeah, I had no idea that you go to HEB and they ask for an ID and everything to be able to get aspirin, or they have a background check or something, or they hold it. Hey, I have a huge headache. I need aspirin, but can you hold it for a few days for me and I'll come back and pick it up? Because that's what you have to do when you buy a gun. Yeah. Apparently, it's very easy. I have no idea where our bishop is saying anything. He's a compadre, he's cool with me sometimes, but I just don't understand why he would say something like that. He's like, I'm tired of hearing that guns don't kill, that it's people. I'm like, well, yeah, it is people, dude. Like, it is. The guy that shot up these 19 children and his
18.
two teachers. No, it was 19.
Now
Fox has
19 that died?
19 children, 19 kids were
Well,
killed
18
by this man.
18
18-year-old man. Well, it might
18
be.
were 18 were died last night. Another one died because I knew some of them were in the hospital.
Fox News literally has the crying that says 19 kids, 2 teachers. So the guy's mentally ill, obviously, right?
He's dead.
Well, he's dead. He's a piece of crap. He's probably burning in hell. Hell, I hope he is. I'm not God, so I'm not gonna pretend to be God, but he should be hopefully burning in hell right now.
You don't believe in purgatory or what?
Yeah, but some crimes go straight to no. You understand that purgatory is somebody who can actually get into heaven, right? You understand that, right?
Well, he was an 18-year-old kid. You don't think that
He's an adult.
there's a
He's
chance?
18 years old. He's an adult. No, be
Well, he's an
equivocal.
adult in our reference, but not in biblical reference.
It
You
doesn't
know what?
matter. Like he
You know,
makes
you know what?
reason.
You know what date someone was considered what age someone was considered an adult in scripture, right? Oh no, you don't. You're a Catholic.
I don't.
Let me
You
tell you.
enlighten me.
Since
Because
I since,
you're talking about
since I am
purgatory. It doesn't happen in your
since
Bible. It
I am
happens in the
since
Catholic
I am
Bible,
since
true
I am
Bible.
the greatest pastor in
Okay, tell
Texas,
me.
and let me tell you, people weren't considered adults till the age of 30.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because everybody lives to the age of 30 back then, right? So nobody was an adult.
No,
Everybody. No, the Catholic belief system says you have an age of reason. That is when you can commit a mortal sin or a venial sin is at the age
yeah,
of reason,
but
which is usually about 7 years old.
you also believe that it's easier to get a gun than it is to get an aspirin.
I know that's what the bishop is mean. I actually deal in reality, and reality is it's not easier to get a gun than it is to
So
get aspirin
so
for
you
a
would
headache.
say that y'all are wrong.
No, I'm saying he's wrong. It's just a political thing. He's completely wrong.
You're
But,
bishop, bro.
but he's nothing to do with
He's like
dude. There's you say so many wrong things, not even funny, and you're a pastor. So it's like, come on.
tal sea el pastor, así van a ser las ovejas.
Okay, yes. So basically, you make no mistake. You're an infallible man.
No,
Completely make nothing mistakes
no, it's
whatsoever.
scripture, Roman. It's scripture.
I nothing to do with scripture. I'm talking about you as a human being, as a man. So you become a pastor and you can
Yeah,
make
but
whatever mistakes you want to make.
I've
Sorry.
never admitted sainthood like a lot of the bishops do. I talk about my faults on a daily basis.
Yes.
Roman, how much for a bottle of aspirin in the black
I
In the
don't
black
know.
market,
Generic equate. Hey man, equate right here.
market? Equated?
You can only get one aspirin. That's it. You're not going to limit, and like they do with bullets, limit the amount of aspirin you can get.
Estuvo muy
Oh my
feo.
goodness.
Hijos.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
You know what I think?
Hey,
This
I got
bishop was trying to demonize God.
I got
Demonize him.
I got some aspirin.
Yeah.
You interested?
No breakout check.
You interested, Roman?
No, I don't need. I don't even use aspirin. I use probably like Advil or something, not aspirin. I'm not old enough that I have to have a daily aspirin, to thin my blood so I don't get a heart attack. No, no, but in serio, like I was telling you earlier, it's like he wants us to be like Mexico, where the everyday person doesn't have a gun, but the cartel has a gun. The bad guys have the gun, but the good people don't have the gun. I maybe he's been hanging around the Bishop of Matamoros a little bit too much if he thinks we want to be like Mexico. But he apparently thinks that human beings, the human, I don't know, the human being fault, the gun's fault. I don't even know what his point really is, other than the fact that aspirin is apparently more difficult to get than a gun.
Well, I'm glad Miss Miller mentioned this. How about mental illness? Bishops should stay to bishoping like singers should stay to singing. Yeah, exactly. Well, let me say this. One of the things that a lot of folk are commenting on this morning, they actually sent me a lot of the screenshots, was how every school district, or not maybe every, but most school districts out there have gone out there and said their well wishes, their prayers to family, friends, and everyone, except BISD. As the
You mean
Harlingen came out with a statement, Harmony not only came out with a statement, they're offering counselors to their students in order to, in case anyone has anything, but because we slowly start to neglect,
Mhm.
the mental issue. And you mentioned this, Roman. You said that the guy was mental.
It was crazy,
Yeah,
crazy
it
as
was crazy.
fuck. Sorry,
I mean,
sorry,
he killed his
crazy AF.
grandmother, and then he went out to the school to do the shooting. And
Mhm.
God, we still don't know. Yeah, let's go eat. David, come by my office. We still don't know what the why the reasoning or why he picked that classroom. I think that he picked the classroom, if I saw the news correctly, because it was the first one inside the school, and that's really
Mhm.
very unfortunate. But with that said, the questions now arise: is are our children safe? I mean, you mentioned, Roman, that we do our border town. We live close to cartels. We've had cartel members arrested here in Brownsville, Texas.
Mhm.
We've had cartel type killings here in Brownsville,
Mhm.
guys. Honestly, and are our schools here in Brownsville as safe as they could be?
There's just options out there. I mean, Myra and I said this on KRV yesterday because I was doing election night coverage for them. You know, I was a little disappointed that our Republican nominee, and somebody who I support and endorse, is out there wanting to do metal detectors. She said this on Twitter yesterday that she wants metal detectors for every school, and I just like we don't want to treat schools as though they're prisons that they need. I mean, you know, some schools won't even, have many entrances into schools. So you're going to close down certain entrances in order for them to have a metal detector. I think that's the wrong route. Some people are talking about, well, teachers, or some people like to say educators, whatever that title means, or administrators, or, some sort of rent a cop, type law enforcement person having a gun, and it works. That I think that would be a decent option, especially, but as an option that the school district have a choice to do that. It shouldn't be left up to one shoe fits all kind of thing. But in some of these rural communities like Uvalde, it's like us. There are 20,000 people that live in that small rural town. I mean, it's very. If it wasn't for the fact that there's border patrol everywhere, it might have been more difficult
Well,
for them to have law enforcement get there.
the border patrol agent was the one that shot the kid.
Yep. And thank you very much, border patrol guy, for killing that guy.
Border patrol agents are amazing. Let me tell you. Our Homeland Security officers all amazing.
Mhm.
It's amazing, and I have a great amount of respect for our uh, border patrol officers out there. But yeah, and to BISD's credit, they do have an amazing security staff,
Mhm.
and a lot of officers, BISD officers out there. Great guys, very dedicated, very hardworking. Is it enough? That's the question. Now, take into consideration, you're talking about Uvalde. Roman mentioned Uvalde. Uvalde is a town of a population of 16,000. It's all Mexican. You know, Uvalde is Mexican. I'm almost, I would say almost like 80% Mexican.
Mhm.
So is Crystal City, right? Crystal
Mhm.
City, all
Mhm.
that area is just all Mexicans. It was kind of trippy because I started to see someone out there starting to say like, well, because he was a white kid and everything. I'm like, no, he was a Mexican. You know,
Mexicano.
he was a
Oh, he
Mexican.
could have been Spanish though. I
Yeah,
heard somebody tell me that yesterday. Well, whatever his last name is, I don't want to say his name. He could be Spanish. He could be Spanish white.
mm,
Sí,
Mexican.
ahorita. En
He's
Uvalde.
he
Sí.
was Mexican. In Uvalde, a Mexicano. But
Te crees that you're New Mexico because in New Mexico they're not Mexican. They're Spanish
what I'm
Americans.
trying to say is that people that all of a sudden want to try and spin it to make it into a political issue, into a race issue, into a it's not. It's mental illness. I think Miss Miller mentioned it. It's mental issue. One of the things that happened to us when
Hmm.
we were on the board, and this is why I mentioned BISD, when we were on the board, is that they treated the safety committee like crap. And
Mm.
I mentioned that because when they were giving out all the committees, Sylvia, Drew, Parisi, they got all the money ones, because that's what they were interested in. They gave themselves the money ones, the budget, the insurance, the fine, the other one, the curriculum. They gave themselves the important ones, the ones that actually had a budget, and they gave Laura and me technology and safety, and they gave Laura safety just to say like, we're going to give you the worst committee out there. And again, I mentioned that, and not that we thought it was the worst committee out there. We thought they were amazing,
Hmm.
but they didn't give it in a high regard. My question is, has that changed at BISD? And I don't think it has. I think they still don't give it the importance that they should. I think I've seen one safety committee meeting, if I'm not mistaken, in the tenure of this new administration at the board. And that's concerning because it is an issue, guys. Take consideration, we live on the border. We have a lot of Mexicans. We live on the border. As that we have cartel issues here. There's more crime here. There's more crime here than is being reported by our local law enforcement guys. We have the cartel style shootings. We have kidnappings. We have disappearances of people. This is all cartel related sex trafficking. We all have that here in Brownsville, Texas. How are we protecting our schools?
No, I want to go back to what you were saying that the BNC hasn't made out a statement. I think didn't we don't we pay Jason Moody a lot of money
Oh, two hundred
to be able
thousand
to
dollars.
write something up? Come on, guys, write something up. It's not complicated. I'm sure, I'm actually surprised that BISD hasn't sent out a mass phone call to every parent, to let them know, hey, we're thinking about this. We have your kids' safety in mind.
Well,
You put you trust BISD or whatever school district you have your children in, because I know that people not just from Brownsville listen to Erasmo Castro. I'm sure other people from I know a friend of mine from Harlingen is watching right now, texted me. David, for example, lives in Combs. So whatever school district, and I'm sure that they want to take care of your kids and want to protect them as much as possible. But I'm not sure that we're doing everything we possibly can, in order to have parent. I firmly believe that somebody at the school should have access to a gun just in case.
well, Roman, I mean, look, BI, and again, one of the things that BIZ prides itself on is, oh, all the other districts around us, they follow our lead. I hope not. You know, first of all, it's not true, but I truly, truly hope not,
Mm.
because we are slow in reacting to everything. We are slow in reacting to the pandemic. We were slow in reacting to vaccine. We were slow in reacting to everything out there. And in this case, again, we're slow in reacting. We have not received word from the superintendent, not received word from Jason Moody. And, you would think that Jason Moody, immediately, would have contacted the superintendent, said, hey, it might be a great idea to, throw out their statement. But again, the less they do for them is better. And what MLE is saying is true. All they're concerned about is photo ops. Yesterday, it was, and look, guys,
Oh, that awards thing. What was that about? Didn't why would they have an awards ceremony at the event center? Didn't they already have awards ceremonies at
I,
their own high schools?
it was medals that had already given, could have been given at their school campus. It was just a medal, but they
What
don't
was the
care.
medal for though?
Some accomplishments or something.
But
Not
why?
sure.
Why? Like,
Well,
every
that's
school
my
has their
point.
own award ceremony? Just do it at your school.
I,
Nobody cares about what if
no,
somebody at Porter is not going to care what's happening in Hannah or
no.
veterans or vice versa. I
What
mean,
they
come on.
wanted to do was, it was a photo op.
Ah.
This is it's exactly what MLE is saying. It was for them a photo op, and that's what's unfortunate when your children are used as photo. Now, again, I'm not trying to be like worst case scenario. Was there security yesterday at the event? We had hundreds of kids out there standing outside in the sun. And again, I'm not going to complain about, oh well, we walked 10 miles to go to school one way in the rain and in the snow. I'm not talking about that. Again, the kids can handle it to a certain point. That's fine. They had special education kids sitting on the floor, trying to get waiting for their turn to get
Were you
this
there at Osmo?
gold
Because
medal.
like, man, it's like you were there.
No, but I have
Spies.
students reporting to me. I have teachers. I have uh, band folk. I got everyone reporting to me. They're going like, Erasmo, this is a disaster. Now, worst case scenario, guys, what would have happened if someone would have decided to run their vehicle through there? What would have happened if someone would have decided to, hey, pick up a gun and go do, you've got a big old group of kids out there throughout the city. Again, was there enough safety personnel out there in order to deter anyone from doing any harm to our children, especially at a time when we're looking at Uvalde, because this happened yesterday.
Mm.
And again, it's like we don't think about these things, or they don't think about these things, because the only thing that the superintendent and the board care about is the photo op. And
Mm.
that's unfortunate, that's unfortunate because they're putting your kids at risk from hypothermia. Hypothermia.
Hypothermia, really?
Well,
¿Está bien
because we
frío
walked
afuera,
because
Karen Anthony?
because
The
bec-
water was cold, man.
because we walked 10 miles in the snow.
Oh, okay.
Hypothermia,
Okay.
heat stroke. You're exposing them to so many things. There was no masks out there. Everyone's concerned because
Walking
uh,
barefooted.
everyone's concerned because COVID is again slightly on the rise here in the valley. Came out yesterday. Hospitalization has stayed the same. COVID is still up. I mean, you're talking about an area where you're going to have a bunch of kids out there. Is it a super spreader out there again? And I'm not.
Stop.
I'm not a.
It's
But
endemic now. I mean, come on.
well, they're the ones that are out there saying, "Oh, well, we got to be protected. Got to wear masks, everything except when we're taking pictures." So
Well,
again,
they were for a while, and I guess now they're okay without wearing masks now.
exactamente. Now everyone's okay. Let's go eat again. Let's go, Papa. I'm ready.
Yeah, we went to Applebee's in
Oh,
Harlingen.
you're talking to Roman.
No, I think he's talking to because he and I ate. I think he wants you to go eat with him now.
The grandmother's in critical condition. Oh, I thought she was dead. Oh,
No, she was shot. I think you're right. I think she was
oh,
shot
good.
so far.
If I had children, grandchildren, in no way would I send them to public school. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Oh,
Estamos de luto. So very sad. It is a very sad situation. Harmony
extremely.
is offering virtual learning this fall. Congratulations, guys! And let me say, and this is one of the other reasons. And people at BIZ are concerned. This is one of the other reasons why BIZ is losing so many students. We were talking about the other day. I said they're going to continue to lose students because BIZ has become a joke. And I'm not talking about teachers. I'm not talking about staff. I'm talking about their administration.
Mm,
They don't care.
no, I don't know if virtual learning is a good or a bad thing. I think it's been a bad thing for most students. I don't think every student. I mean, I know that my child did pretty darn well with virtual learning, but not everybody can. So it just depends on your kid.
Oh, it depends. Yeah, it's a choice. People
Hmm.
should have a choice. Uh, yes, we need to the Lord so much this days, but you never know when it can happen to us. Anytime. Let's see. So he was in a gunfight with the police, crashed his car into a ditch, and then he went into the school. Uh, so was the school a part of his plan or the gun battle lead? Uh, I think the first part of that was dispelled already. I heard from DPS officers there was no chase, there was no gunfights with police. He shot the viejita. There was no crash in the car. That was what was reported at first, but that wasn't the case. He went to the school, walked into the classroom, was shot.
Yep.
Even Los Fresnos posted a statement. Los Fresnos de Rancho.
Wow. They posted a statement.
The Rancho.
What about Santa Maria ISD? Did they?
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, they must have. They
But the
must have.
lead, Rio Hondo. I didn't even know they had schools in Rio Hondo. But
Yeah, they do. They actually have a decent football team, apparently. Mm, whatever. I don't know. Did Port Isabel? I know if Jimmy were still on the board in Port Isabel, most definitely they would have had a statement, right?
my friend Frank Avalos says they put up a statement. I think he's the president of the
Yeah,
Port.
yeah, but that's coming. But that's coming from a
Oh yeah, yeah.
political. I'm talking about. You're talking about the actual school district, the ones you pay the big bucks to. Is it? And if I'm not mistaken, isn't the school superintendent from Port Isabel the highest paid superintendent in the entire state? I thought I saw that someplace. Maybe somebody can correct me on that one.
Esta, what's her name? Terry?
I want to say that because I don't know where. I think the Texas Tribune had the listing of the top 5 or something, and I
I
think
don't
that
think
one.
so. Terry's
But
amazing though.
but
I
that
like
was it.
Terry.
Maybe somebody can look that up for me because I could have sworn I saw it somewhere.
No, I don't think so. I think Terry's amazing though. I think what happened was they made a mistake, but they
Mm.
they reported her as one of the top paid superintendents. Maybe per student, but it wasn't factual. There was a
Oh,
mistake on
okay.
it.
I don't know.
Remember.
I thought I saw that. I didn't mean to bring that up. It just se prende el foco sometimes.
I like Terry.
Right.
I know we say it is a mental issue, but we're the only country in the world with a problem of mass shooting. No, we are not. As there are a lot. Trust me, there's a yeah there. Yeah, you're talking about a lot of very very unsafe countries. Ecuador. I just came back from Ecuador. They got shootings in restaurants. I think what's happened is there's a lot of copycat individuals,
Yeah.
Mm.
and when we have one little shooting at a school, then everyone thinks it's two schools. But the bigger question is, have we provided enough safety in our schools in order to? And Roman made it. There should be someone with a gun at our schools. I agree. Should be at least a couple of people with guns that are well trained,
Airplanes.
well
Well
prepared.
trained. Yeah, we're not talking about them. Some Johnny, some Fife guy, Barney Fife, sorry, out there with a barely be able to teacher license. And, we're gonna teach you how to do a gun and like 1 or 2 training. No, like you're trained to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
To be able to protect the kids, and even that can act as a deterrent to somebody potentially coming out and wanting to shoot up a school. That's ridiculous. It's just options for school
it's
districts.
trippy because people think, oh, we need less guns. I would tend to disagree. I would think we need guns in the right hands.
Mm,
And let me tell you, if there would have been three or four different teachers there at Uvalde Elementary that had were licensed to carry, that were well trained, well prepared, had gone through the process, had gone through the background checks and everything. Because that's what you literally have to do. Once you've got all these people all there, then you got some, someone. Even if the teachers inside that classroom
Mhm.
had been licensed to carry and could carry on school, can you imagine?
I mean, can you some of these smaller rural towns in West Texas that they don't have a huge police department or anything like that. The time it would take to get from one side of the county to the other or whatever to get to that school, you could shoot up the entire school that way. That's why you want this, as an option.
It
It
took
may not be the
3
right
minutes.
option for urban school districts, but it might definitely be an option for rural school districts.
It took 3 minutes for law enforcement to respond.
And how fast can you kill these poor innocent children?
You could, I mean,
And
you could probably go to 2, 3 different classrooms in 3 minutes.
probably. No,
Easy.
it's ridiculous that we can't. Now you have the left, the urban left, as I like to, or the woke left. They're like, oh, we gotta have gun control. We gotta get everybody, red flags and get rid of guns everywhere. It's like, guys, that's not our culture. I was having a disagreement with somebody on social media saying that we live in a gun culture. Like, we don't have a gun culture. It's that the idea of having a firearm is instilled in our republic from the Bill of Rights. The guns that we have is to protect yourself, not from anybody else, but protect yourself from government in a way. I'm not saying everybody, shoot up government. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that our founding fathers understood why you have to have a gun.
I had
Why you have to have firearms to protect yourself. It's for a militia. So, like, let's say somebody's invading your country. Mexico decides they want to invade us. Well, we have some weapons to be able to protect ourselves.
We're
Look at,
already being invaded.
well, we are. Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that. But
But
the Ukrainians were like, "Yeah, Ukraine, take it to the Russians." Well, guess what? They have guns
yeah,
to be
guys,
able to shoot back at the freaking Russians.
did you know that you remember when your attorney, your friend Trey Mendez, sent Brownsville Police Department after me because someone had posted on my page that they wanted to have an armed protest in front of his
Oh,
office.
he freaked out about that. Yeah, because he freaked out. Yeah, he freaked out.
Yeah, let me tell you. BIZ posted 7,000 students at event center. Can you imagine, Roman? 7,000 students in one spot.
Mm.
That's a disaster waiting to happen.
7,000? Why did you need 7,000? Is that even safe with a fire marshal? We can't even have 7,000 people to go to a quinceañera or a wedding at the event center. We can have 7,000 students.
For a photo op for the superintendent and the board members.
Like, where was our fire marshal? And like, hey guys, we can't do this. Where was the city? Oh, that's right. Noel Bernal is busy trying to get a job as a county manager in Colorado, where it's much colder than it is here.
He wants to go. He wants to go smoke some pot.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe this is a negotiating ploy, and he wants to get a pay raise. Like, oh, if I were to apply for this job, they'll most definitely give me
Well,
more money.
He's one of the two.
You know what?
finalists, no,
Vete.
he's one of the two finalists. No,
Yes, but you can use this as a negotiating ploy to say, "Hey, Brownsville, hey, I'm 1 foot out, one
No.
foot in, 1 foot out.
I don't
Give me
think
some more
they're
money,"
gonna-
and I'll
I
be
don't
like,
think they're going to fight for him. I think
I,
they're finding a
I'll
way
say,
to let him go.
hasta luego. ¿Te quieres ir? Que se vaya. You know.
Good riddance. Good riddance. I hope he takes Helen and all those other people that
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be wonderful. Maybe he can take Ramiro también. Tu amigo.
I'm sure. Now, they need to take all those people with them. He could take Trey Mendez too. Trey would make a great mayor.
Oh, can you imagine him in Colorado? Who doggy? It'd be great. Who doggy? Sorry.
Puro smoking pot. I already told people that if I ever visit Colorado, I'm smoking pot.
Thanks for sharing. You were in San Francisco. Why didn't you do that in San Francisco? Don't they
Well,
let that in San Francisco?
Because I hadn't realized that it was
You could
legal
do it over there?
recreational. It was
Oh, okay.
legal with a prescription, and I'm not going to
Okay.
go take that extra step.
Oh,
But
that's
let me
too
tell
much for you.
if it's legal somewhere, you better believe. And I don't like pot. And again, not a pot smoker.
Then why are you going to go to Colorado to do it if you don't like pot?
It said if I get to be in Colorado in any point in time, I'm going to be smoking some pot.
How about you
because-
just have
because-
some brownies? It's better. It's
Whatever,
tastier.
whichever way, because it's legal.
Brownies.
And you can have brownies with some milk and cookies.
I got some milk for you, Roman.
Not that kind of milk. Almond milk? You talking about almond milk or what?
It comes in different flavors depending on what I eat. I asked my kid if BISD was active shooter drill. She said no, they don't. These kids have no idea what to do in case of an emergency. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
They'd rather spend money raising money for the arena.
Well,
That's crazy.
see, and doing commercials. You know, if the arena people wanted a statement about the Uvalde thing, they would do it quickly, like they did those little
Well,
ads.
they're gone, except they're the posters.
Okay.
If COVID is spread through contact, why is there outbreaks again? From where did it break out from? China, the Wuhan.
Are we talking
Well,
about monkeypox? Or are we talking about COVID?
Oh, I saw a meme about monkeypox where Charlton Heston is
Making out with the monkey?
kissing the ape, and I thought it was kind of cute. It's very unfortunate. I was at Park when Dean Park when it was happening. BISD leaves too many kids exposed to public on these field trips. At least 7 buses, one chaperone to cover each. Come on, BISD. That's unfortunate. That's kind of scary, you know. Guys, they don't care. Hey, Stephanie Hermosa, she's so pretty. Si les enseñara el mensaje que me mandó la maestra de mi hija Erasmo, check your messenger.
Okay.
I'm on a show.
You can't check your. Yeah, you can. You can just check it on your phone like you do everything else. I can hear myself again for some reason.
Oh, I got class tonight.
Yeah, what?
I teach class tonight at church.
Oh, you do.
the best
That's
pastor.
great.
All
Is that what the message that you teach class tonight? That was the message?
No.
Okay. You're just saying what you got. Yeah.
Oh, I give class tonight. I actually need to study. Actually, someone, my
Study? You,
Yeah.
the greatest pastor in all the world?
trust me, the last couple of times I've kind of bombed it a little bit. Not completely. Well, the first time it was a bomb. Second was so. But what
You use
happens
the
is,
Cliff Notes version?
and I told, and yesterday, Mama says, "Es que en las últimas veces no has estudiado bien," and she's right, and I agree with her. I didn't say anything because it's true, but I can admit it. You know, I can admit
Okay.
when I bomb. I have no issue in saying it because sometimes it happens. I mean, I am the greatest pastor in Texas and south and north of Tamaulipas, but sometimes I'll bomb, and I completely bombed last week.
Yeah.
Last week? No,
Facebook is
not
gonna go
last week, 2
crazy.
weeks
You're
ago.
talking about shooting and
2 weeks
bombs
ago.
and things. It's just Facebook is like, ya párale.
So I did bomb it, and I can admit it, but I could be better prepared. Good morning. Good morning. I've been thinking about how it's possible Whataburger can afford having a law enforcement outside the facility to protect, uh, to perfect the clients protect, but schools can't have law enforcement at schools for our kids. Yeah.
Hell, even in dealers, they have a cop there, man.
Really?
Yeah, they have a cop walking around the dealer's floor.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I think it's trippy because you know one of we have armed security officers, police officers, not only at Whataburger but also at um, at bars. You know, they have to have them out there, and yeah, calm your. And we don't have them at our schools. We need more individuals at our schools. A message was just sent out. Let's see, a message was just sent out. Instead of telling us our kids will be safer and that BIZ will place, isn't it trippy that a message just sent out, Roman?
Really? Hey, Jason on the ball. Woo. Hey, Jason, let's go have dinner sometime.
yeah,
Look, and he's watching some.
someone is listening.
No, actually, I'm just joking. I
Oh,
actually
wait,
like
wait.
Jason. Okay, just letting you know, I actually do like Jason. He's a nice guy, and I've known him for a while, and he's a good person. Sorry, I got to say that, you know, because I don't
Oh,
want people.
no, let me tell you this the message. No, let me correct myself. The message that was sent out, Roman, this morning
Okay. All right.
at 9 in the morning. Good morning, parents. Our last day of school is June 2nd. Please keep in mind all students are expected to attend school on a daily basis unless they're sick. If so, they need to bring a medical excuse. We're having lots of unexcused absences, which affects the school's funding and also affects students as they miss out on instruction. Please send your child to school daily. If we see they are not feeling well, we will notify you. Thank you. That's the message that was sent.
Oh, wonderful. So they have time to go to an award ceremony, not actually be in school learning,
Well,
because they're doing a whole bunch of learning. I mean, are there people that are doing semester finals and they're in high school? They're missing out on that, or did they just give them the day off and no semester because there might be an award ceremony?
but isn't it trippy? Instead of addressing the matter at hand in regards, you know,
It's all about the Benjamins.
it's
Yeah,
all about
you're
the
right.
Benjamins. It's all about the cash. That's what's trippy. Instead of addressing our students' safety after Uvalde,
Mm.
what
I guess Jason isn't watching. I guess we're not gonna have dinner, Jason. Chill out.
BISD is concerned about the Benjamins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Benjamins know
Where's
about.
Mike Pineapple so you can get him to do a meme for you?
Gosh, stop doing that.
Oh, you don't want him to do memes anymore? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay. La 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 la.
Sounds-
And we haven't even talked about the results last time. We're just talking about BISD
Oh
and
gosh,
public
sorry.
school.
Well, it's because
I know. Hey, it's okay.
good morning, good morning, good
And so you
morning.
have to go study because
It's weird
you're
though. The teacher's husband was a police department who would perform the active shooter drills at that school. It's crazy.
wow.
The school shooter planned this on the last week of school. I would advise kids to just not go the rest of the week. BISD only cares about the attendance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you did. You got evidence right there.
Yeah, I
What's
just
that
posted.
letter?
We should have our teachers trained for gun safety. 100%. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
John Kraft of Killing ISD is the highest paid in Texas. Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it.
With a name like Kraft, you should be.
Craft,
And Killeen.
not Colleen, not.
Boom, boom, boom. We have mass shootings, but other countries have
That's so
genocide.
wrong.
Remember the genocides of Rwanda? Not only Rwanda, let me tell you, in Mexico, to the individual in Mexico, este, they disappear students. They kill students. You know, that's known for it. I just came back from Oaxaca, and they had disappeared a lot of people out there that were protesting against the government. So you
Mhm.
know, it's not saying, oh, it's just the United States with their gun problem, guys. This happens everywhere. Unfortunately, other people can't defend themselves. We have the right to defend ourselves as provided by the Constitution,
Mhm.
and we should have teachers and staff that are, you know, well in mind, in good standing, uh, be able to carry a gun.
I don't even think in the Bill of Rights it says anything about aspirins, though, right? I don't even think the founding fathers had aspirin, but they did have guns.
Just the Catholics.
There's the cat. No, at least that guy.
South Texas Emergency
Sorry.
Care Staff who gives free trainings to any entity that reaches out to them on how to respond to active shooters.
There you
Stop the
go.
bleed. Hey, Asael, in the
That's
name
a
of one of the many
solution.
trainers. South Texas Emergency Care, please give them a call. Good job. I sent you a message. I saw it, Papa. Thank you.
How do you know it's a, why are you assuming it's a papa and not a mama?
Because I saw their message.
Oh, okay. Just making sure because you're making assumptions. You know, in this woke culture of pronouns, you know, you gotta
Yeah.
No,
gotta be careful.
it's actually a mama.
Okay.
Sorry.
You see?
I just wanted to distract.
Okay.
Must
There
have
you
a
go.
photo op no matter the cost. It's sad. It's true. Give it a week and everyone will forget about Uvalde just like Sandy Hook. I don't think I've ever forgotten about Columbine and Sandy Hook. You know,
Or Parkland or something.
or the rest. But I don't.
Yeah.
I personally have never forgotten. I mean, I think about it actually not like every day, but I think about it every time that there's any type of major crime. I remember Sandy Hook, and I
Mateo, are you saying because it happened in a predominantly Hispanic school and it was a Hispanic that did it,
I'm
as
thinking.
opposed to that's why they would forget about it in a week, or
I
is
don't
it
think. No, I
because
don't think he's saying that because I think he's
I
saying
just
that
I'm curious. Maybe he is. Maybe he applied
Sandy
it.
Hook. Sandy Hook was gringos.
Yeah, I know. That's why you don't forget about that. You're gonna forget about this Hispanic male.
I think
I
I
assume
think
he's a male. I don't know anymore
I think
because
you're reading the statement wrong.
well, yeah. Well, I'm just asking. Maybe he means that. Maybe he does.
No, I think you're
Maybe
reading
or am I giving him too much credit?
no, you're
No.
reading the comment wrong.
Okay, I'm reading the comment. Okay.
I know it to leave so that we can continue to clean up our city.
What?
Imagine a fire at the photo op. God forbid.
Right.
Wonder what the superintendent excuse would be. It's just a dangerous situation and it's unnecessary. I had staff reach out to me and tell me this is so unnecessary. We already did our awards presentations. I mean, they want to receive their awards from their professors, from their band, from their choir, from them.
Professors.
They don't want to.
What are
Band
you,
directors.
Mexican?
Band
You don't,
directors.
you don't have professors at high school?
Band directors.
Okay. Well, you said
Educators.
professors,
Professors. A lot of our staff at BISD, they teach at the
but
university as
they're
well,
not professors when they're teaching at the. Never mind.
but they still carry the title.
Okay, yeah.
Imagine how, again, there's just so many different scenarios out there. Charter schools like IDEA have drills. BISD doesn't. Here, Mike. Don't know who else looked around their kids' schools this morning to see how easy it'd be for a gunman to come inside and butcher their kids. And let me say, it doesn't look good for our kids. It doesn't.
Are you planning something, Mike? Because you should
No,
not be saying that thing aloud.
no, but it's a great observation, guys.
Well, yeah, you can observe it, but don't put it in writing, Mike.
No, it's a great observation because a lot of people out there, I don't know how many people, but I would be if I was taking my kids to school, I'd look around, and go like, is this school safe for my kid? And let me tell you, they are not. And that's one of the reasons that back then, and this is why I mentioned Lauda. Lauda brought together all law enforcement, even Border Patrol. She brought them in, and had a big old powwow, regular powwow with them in regards to how we can make our schools safer. Lauda also had mental awareness because that was the other issue. We were losing too many kids, and I'm very very proud. I stood with Lauda during that time, as the in regards to the multiple suicides we were having in our schools. And let me tell you, I think I buried 6 to 7 students, and that is way too many.
You're digging the hole.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to joke about that. That's mean. Bad, Roman. Bad. No, but in all seriousness, we do have a mental health crisis in our country. But if you lock up children who shouldn't be locked up for 2 years, and they're supposed to going. Sorry, I can't concentrate. That was,
I don't do
I'm trying to make an actual legitimate point, but Mike just has to make me laugh. Dang it, Mike. That's
I
your
don't
fault.
do the singing and dance. I'm not that type of pastor. I'm the
You're
real
not.
pastor. IDEA hires PD officers for security. Good job. Yeah, Whataburger has sheriffs, but they pay for them. But you need good men out there doing it. A lot of these guards at federal buildings are staring at their phones. Would be the first to go, and gunmen walked in. 100%.
Yeah, you mean you need good men on the wall, like a few good men? Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson, you need
Wake
me
up,
on that.
Brownsville. You can see that BISD is all about the Benjamins. BISD is like everyone in politics. The mighty dollar is more important than you or me. Yes. At the end of the day, I mean, look at the post that was sent. It was sent to multiple people. Guys, they're concerned about you having your kids there as there because of the money. Tell me how you're protecting the kids. Don't tell me that you want them there because of the Benjamins.
It'll happen. We'll get that letter. We'll get that call in daytime sometime.
Y'all got to do more homework. Now, yeah, you better believe that now they're going to put out a statement. I keep my kids home even when it rains. They threaten me with truancy fines. I tell them they can't do that if I withdraw them, so they keep threatening me, suckers.
You could just homeschool your kids. I mean, that's a lot of people are leaving school, public school, not even going to charter. They're just homeschooling their kids because they saw the crap that's being taught at the various schools via virtual learning.
Mexico shot those protesting kids. Yes, it's horrible.
Mhm.
Good morning, Arlie. Good
I
morning.
bet you they had aspirin though, right? Do you think I had aspirin? Aspirina? Sorry.
I can't see Arlie's face. He looks like looking guy. Hello, my love. Good morning. Hermoso Ruli.
We need to congratulate Ruli and Michael on their victory last night because La Mantequilla won and both of them were supporting them. Congratulations, Ruli. I hope you get a special thanks from La Mantequilla. Maybe Mantequilla in una tortilla. Maybe she can give you that, or maybe an alcoholic beverage. Maybe I don't know.
I actually congratulated him last night. We're on a private chat. Oh,
Hey,
you're
I'm not
not
in a
on it,
private chat.
Roman?
Really? What did I ever do to you, Rudy?
You're not on it, Roman?
I'm probably not because let me guess, it's WhatsApp, right? It's the WhatsApp chat, because I'm not Mexican, so I don't do WhatsApp.
You're not on our private chat, Roman. Let me
No,
check.
of course
No,
not, because y'all do. It's WhatsApp. That's why. You'll say, I know how you all are. I know how you all are.
Because we are true Southmost, unlike
Oh yes, yeah, I know. I just moved here.
If I had to
I'm
tell
better
you,
than you all because I chose to live here.
you
Y'all were born here. I chose to live here.
you
But
should
Michael ran out. He got the F
he
out.
got the hell out of South. You should
He
call
didn't stick around the reign of Nerd. Come on,
you should
oh,
call Michael and say, hey, why don't y'all have me on y'all chat? I would do
nah,
that.
it's
If
okay.
I,
It's okay. It's
if I had
fine.
to
He's
challenge
still mad
people
at
who
me, so
said
you
the
don't know how.
parents protest, don't send them. Who gives a crap about the money? The hell about? Yeah, screw that crap.
Mm.
PIZ is becoming a laughing stock. Parents just move your kids to charter schools, and that's exactly what's happening. There's a lot of retired vets willing to dedicate 3 or 4 hours to watch over our schools, give them the green light. Yes, and give them a paycheck. Pay them
Mm.
and get our vets out there. Protecting our schools.
Yeah, because we don't want them out there holding a sign. I'm a veteran and give me food, like in the corner. Yeah, give them a
Well,
job.
I don't think he's talking about those veterans. I think those veterans, a lot of those veterans suffer from a mental illness.
Oh,
I
so
think
yeah,
he's
but
talking
not
about.
all of them.
I think he's talking about veterans in good standings.
Oh, okay. So
In
you're
good
gonna judge
standings.
them. You're already judging
Oh
them. They
yeah,
serve our
100%.
country.
No, I
I'm
want
judging
people.
them.
I don't care if you're a vet. I don't care if you're gardener. I don't care who you
Are
are.
you
I just
trying not to get elected county
I don't care.
commissioners and things like
Yeah,
that?
let me finish my statement. I don't care if
Okay.
you're a vet. I don't care if you're a gardener. I want to make sure that the individual could pass a uh, knowledge test, a gun safety test, is well versed, well prepared, as to be able to carry a gun inside our schools.
And make sure they
Anyone.
don't cut their face up and wear like wigs and have some sort of weird ass, transgendered flag
No,
like that
I,
man that killed people
I
because
don't
he's
care if it's someone that transgender. I don't care if it's someone in drag. As long as they're capable of passing a couple of tests, they're well versed in regards to gun safety. I want them to have a gun in that purse. I don't
mm,
care. I don't care. I don't think that individuals that are transgender have mental issues in any way, shape, or form. I just
I
want the
I do.
individual. Well,
You're mental.
you are mistaken.
No,
I
I think they're mental.
100% mistaken. I want individuals that are well versed, well prepared, well trained to be able to carry a gun inside our schools and protect our students from anything that may come their way.
I don't. I'm not gonna let them have their delusions and believe that somehow they're trapped with a woman inside a man's body or vice versa. Sorry. I believe there's a man and a woman. That's it.
This is
Now
still
there's
United States of
polyamory,
America. This is still
polymony.
United States of America. If anyone wants to believe that they're a woman and anyone wants to believe that they're a man, more power to them. I don't care.
There are human beings right now that believe that they're
Someone wants to
cats.
believe that they're a cat or a dog or a tree, more power to you.
No, we put them in an asylum. That's what we used to do. Back when our country was great.
Uh,
We need to make a
Let me
country
tell you, there was a lot of abuse in the asylums. There was a lot of
pussy,
individuals
pussy.
a lot of
Yes,
individuals that
getting
should
your
have
aspirin.
never been placed in asylums. There was a lot
Mhm.
of individuals that were lobotomized. Let me tell you, anyone that thinks that homosexuals, anyone that thinks that transgender people should be lobotomized, should be
Oh, I'm
placed in
not.
institutions,
Where did I say
is
that? I
mistaken.
just said they're
They,
crazy.
well, you're saying, well, no, they shouldn't be placed in institutions. They are not crazy. They're individuals that have made
Yes,
a
they
choice.
are. They have a chemical imbalance. I believe that.
100% no. You're mistaken. Science does not prove that in any way, shape, or form.
Okay,
It is more of an
you defend the
ideology.
crazy.
Is more of an ideology that I
Mm.
do not support. I believe anyone could declare themselves to be whatever they declare themselves to be. More power to people, because that is, again, I'm a constitutionalist, and
Has
the
nothing.
Constitution
Yes, I'm pretty sure George Washington
guarantees the
and Thomas
pursuit.
Jefferson believed that. Yes.
They were Whigs. Anyone that has the right to
Yes,
pursue
because wigs had absolutely nothing to do with sex.
anyone has the right to pursue happiness any which way they see it. This is
Okay.
still America.
Yeah.
Just like the Alton school bus accident, the worst ever, and people already forgot about it.
Oh yeah, I remember
That was a horrible
Yeah.
one. No, and I don't think maybe this is my concern, Hector, that we don't learn from these events in order to prepare ourselves in a better way. I mean, and again, I don't know what the solution is, but a lot of our buses out there, they're not the safest
Mm.
buses in around. And have we really learned from the Alton school bus accident? I don't think so. Have we?
I
Our
just
bus is safe? I don't think
I
so.
didn't want to. I don't like riding school buses because of that accident.
It was a
That was
horrible one.
scary. Like
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. I don't want to ride a school bus.
fine. His name is Ruben Ruiz. He does the active shooter drills for local schools. That was his wife. Come on, y'all, homework. And to Mateo's point, they won't let us forget. There will be a movie about this, guaranteed. I hope not. A lot of times, a lot of these movies, all they do is glorify. I hope there's a documentary on it. I don't want something to glorify an incident like that. I don't think there's been a Sandy Hook movie, and I don't think there's been a Columbine movie. There's been documentaries. I think I might be wrong.
Mhm.
The gunman killed his grandmother, had past issues with his mother. If you look at the slain students, the majority, included the teacher, were girls. Kind of suspect. Well, I don't know.
I'm not gonna say he's mental, but it's mental.
Well,
I and I'm not a psychologist or I don't. I'm not
and he's
just
not claiming
human
to be
being.
either.
I'm not claiming to be one. No,
But
no.
you
Same
know,
crazy.
I don't know. I think that there's a greater percentage of females in some other classrooms out there. I don't know if he was just picking to kill little girls. I don't know. I just don't think that there's enough information as is right
Well,
now.
there isn't enough information, but you can kind of tell the guy was cray cray. You know, just he was.
He
I mean,
wasn't
you're
all there.
cutting up his
All
face,
right, he wasn't all
and
there. Yeah, he wasn't
he's
all
not
there.
all there.
Uh,
And but
yeah, he wasn't all there. Because
yeah,
went wide open schools and nothing happened. Now we want max security schools. Feels like part. Well, I think the times have changed, Matthew. Let me tell you, there was a time when little children would be able to play in the streets and go to their grandparents' house, like 10 blocks away, and their
mm,
chiscas, and it's kind of I don't wouldn't trust it now. It was so funny because back in the day, I was like 14 years old, and I was traveling to Monterrey by myself. I literally would grab my suitcase or my HEB bag, put my clothes in there. I'd walk to the bridge, get a pecera, go to Central, and drive the bus into Monterrey. Wait there for someone to pick me up, and then spend 2 3 weeks in Monterrey. 14 years old. I look at 14-year-old kids now, and I go like, what the hell was I doing? As that times have changed. It's a more dangerous world that we live in now than we lived in when I was 14 years old. It's
yeah.
just more dangerous.
Okay, Boomer. Do they have like a version of Okay Boomer in Mexico? Somebody, because I need that one for Erasmo.
El
Okay, Boomer.
boomer.
El Boomer.
Good men, like as in hot guys. Mike, I'm trying to remember yours and Mike's conversation about
Sorry.
about being gay, but no, I wasn't referring to hot guys. As that, I'm not into
Hey, right.
guys.
Oh,
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I said that just in case my dentist was watching.
okay.
Do you really think that Uvalde is going to change anything? What is going to change? Uh, no, unfortunately, not. And I understand what you're saying, Mateo. Is that, but we need to change. I don't care if things change at the national level, at the state level, but we as a community here locally, we need to affect that change. That is our responsibility. And the only way that we're going to do it is get a lot of these politicians out of office
Mm.
because we've already shown right now this morning how is BISD concerned about the safety of the students? Absolutely not. What they're concerned about? They're concerned about the cash. And this is just one day, not even 24 hours after it's happened. This is concerning, and
They
that's
must they have to have a committee meeting, I'm sure, to discuss what to write. Maybe.
it's sad. But what needs to change is the leadership that we've elected here locally. Because let me tell you, anyone that's out there that's more concerned about the Benjamins, about kids being in school, and not addressing what really, really can hurt and affect us, it's really a
I'm
shame.
you
I
know
agree
I-
with you, Mateo.
yeah,
Mantequilla and tortilla.
yes.
That's Roman stance.
Mhm. Well, hey, I prefer tortilla and avocado, but some people like tortillas and mantequilla.
If money don't matter, do it for free. It is free. I mean, taxpayers pay for it, but nobody actually goes out there to pay for their education. You have the option of keeping your kids at school, at home, and homeschooling them. It's still free. I mean, to you,
Mm.
if VIZ can't afford to hire anyone with a gun permit to protect our kids, dad will volunteer for free. And I know a lot of folks that would volunteer actually, to take a couple of hours out of the day to go out there and protect our kids. Again, I want to make sure that they've gone through a bunch of the testing that needs to be done to make sure that they're mentally okay, physically okay, and can actually pass a couple of tests out there. Money does matter, and it's very important. It's not what is most important. Roman, you are the best comebacks ever.
Yes, I'm awesome. Thank you, Amber.
And a full mental health screening before handling. Yeah, 100%. I agree with Medium.
Um,
Yeah,
how are you gonna do? How are you gonna do a mental health screening? You're gonna make them go see a psychiatrist? Who's gonna pay for that? Like, how are you gonna be able to do a mental health screening? I'm just
I,
I don't know how that's possible.
you're the mental health expert. I'm not.
I'm
I
just
have not
saying,
claimed to be.
no. How are you going to be able to judge somebody to say that they're mentally impaired to be able to do
Somebody's
that?
come up with
We
that.
literally have psychiatrists out there that are totally okay with giving children. Well, you know what? You know they're really they believe they're a boy inside. If they're a little mind, even though they're a girl, they believe they're a boy. You gotta treat them like a boy, and they start giving puberty blockers and stuff like that. We have psychiatrists. You're really going to judge that? You're going to trust them to determine whether you can have a gun? You know, for
Roman,
your
you're obsessed with sex. That's the problem.
I'm not obsessed with sex. I'm just obsessed with the fact that we
I
have
don't think.
psychiatrists who aren't necessarily the best psychiatrists in the world.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. It's a sad day for Texas. Prayers for the wild. 100%.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yes, I'm a judge them. They have a lot of resources for homeless and drug addicts. They don't want change. I have a homeless crackhead buddies. Trust me. Judge them. You're right. I am. Thank you. La Diva,
Mm,
go fix your hair.
I hear it perfectly fine, dude. Calm
So,
down. Cálmate, güey.
our
Cálmate.
school district is the most vulnerable. One breach of security issues are rampant. And the most upsetting thing is the total disregard for our school administrators. We are a bomb waiting to happen. And unfortunately, Richard is correct.
Mhm.
DPS troopers are required to go qualify for the shooting range every month. Oh gosh. Let me get through all the comments because I really need to get to work. I don't mind
Oh,
people being
really?
LGBTQ, just don't teach it to our kids. 100%. Parents have the right to introduce it to them or not. 100%. I agree. You know what they say about homophobics? It also look for a doctor to hook Roman up to that sexual simulation reading machine and have him look at LGBTQ porn and let's see those results.
I don't need anything attached to my penis. Sorry.
You see, it's always about sex with Roman. I
Well,
don't
that's
think
what he's talking about because
I don't think they attach it to
that's what they do. You understand it, right? They actually have you watch that porn and they attach something to your penis to make sure it actually expands and things like that.
I don't think
Yeah, that's what they do. I'm sorry. The thing is, I'm actually well knowledgeable about a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, you're not for whatever reason.
every time Roman I have a conversation with Roman for some reason,
Mm.
penises come into the mix.
Well, he literally look. I have a penis. I don't know about you, Erasmo, but I actually have a penis, and that's what they do. That's
I,
literally what they do. Sorry,
I have yet to have a conversation with Roman where
we have
penises are
conversations
not
all the time. You know, we
and
have
I'm the
conversations
one
all
that
the time.
has
Another day. I'm
a
just telling you,
bromance
bro.
with my
It's your
dentist.
fault. He's the one who wrote it because you don't know what it is talking about, dude. Calm down.
Only my opinion, no disrespect to anyone, but the shooter was freaking crazy. I mean, little kids, give him a break. That's good. Transgender with mental issues, a new excuse to kill using a morbid reason. I call that bullcrap. Yeah. Simone, boomer. Crime was higher in the 80s and 90s. It's safer now, despite the hysteria and hype of crimes. I'm going to disagree. I had a lot of fun in the 80s and night. Well, I don't know about the 90s. I can't remember my 90s, but 70s and 80s. Let me tell you, I think that they were safe as crap. The shooting in Uvalde is a wake up call for all school people, 100%, and for all parents too. I remember it was safer in the day because of the neighborhood watch. Yeah, I remember that as well. Actually, we had more, and a lot of the different areas in our city had, crime watch. Our neighbors are protecting each other, and I don't know if there's been a disconnect in regards to neighborhood and community. I'm not sure. They will have a meeting to create a committee to decide what to do, what to write. Then they will have a meeting to review the final draft. A BISD post will post around July. You know,
Thank you
guys,
for running with the what I said. Thank you. I appreciate that. Great job.
you mentioned we as a community must change. This guy, like most shooters in the past, was reported to police, fired alarming comments. Yes, nothing was done. And I understand it because how do you know who's really going to actually commit mass murder? Just recently, we had some threats here at our high schools. What happened with them? They must make it to the point, even joking about discussing this is a crime. And I think I might be mistaken. I'm not in law enforcement, or I don't pretend to be, or an attorney, or pretend to be most of the time. But I think that it is against the law. Even if you're joking about it, I think that there is something in the books
Yeah,
to.
that's why I'm telling Mike not to put what he was saying because you can get in problems. You have to be careful about what you say, especially when it comes to that.
Well, even joking about threatening our schools, I think is a crime. I might be wrong. There are already enough weapons out there. I say just stop selling them and stop gun shows. No, No, I want more individuals that to have to be able to have the right to protect themselves. That's what I want. Uh, I'm all for the mental health screenings. You believe in angels and an invisible man in the sky. Gun rights denied. Yeah, I believe in angels. And do I believe in an invisible man in the sky? No. How does Roman know about the
Again, I'm knowledgeable about a lot of stuff, Mike.
He's
And the reason,
knowledgeable about
look,
he's
like let me tell you,
knowledgeable
I
about this.
actually have a degree, and one of my courses that I took happened to be about psychology, evolution, and things like that. And we discussed sociobiology, and so
Well,
we talked about these kinds of particular studies because I have a graduate degree. That's
he's well versed in penises. Are you saying that the Second Amendment was nothing about mental health screenings?
you're right. It doesn't.
No, but that
They
has
didn't
a
even have aspirin back then.
the diva is always ready to talk about his type.
Says the man who's holding a tiny little thing in his hand in that picture.
Erasmo Castro, it's important that this topic be talked about. We as parents can't look the other way and pretend that it can't happen locally. However, in my opinion, while having these conversations, you should invite local law enforcement, local medics, school representatives. The only way to try to make a change. Parents have questions that aren't getting the correct answers and response. Kudos to simply talking about this. I agree, Asael, 100%. The issue, Asael, is that we've invited everyone to come on. And, look, one of the things that I think everyone knows here in Brownsville. There is no greater platform that reaches more people than Erasmo Castro. And I'm not saying that in an uppity way. It's just the truth. And again, they have an open invitation to come on. They refuse to because I think they think, oh, we're just going to boost his ratings. I don't need people to boost my ratings. I get ratings a la crazy a la crazy. I don't need people to boost my ratings. I'm giving you an opportunity, an open door. No politician here has more followers than Erasmo Castro. No one. There's no one here locally that has more politicians and more followers than Erasmo Castro. You would think that we have local law enforcement wanting to be on here at least once or twice a week. They don't. You would think we would have someone from Homeland Security on here. I can't even get the Republicans on here, to go out there and preach their platform. And I've invited every single one of them. But they're sure as heck going to be knocking on my door a month before elections. And you know what? Screw them and screw the Democrats too. Screw anyone out there who thinks that I'm going to let you play me like you play everybody else.
I mean, look what happened with Sarah. Sarah went on Ray's show, right? And Sarah didn't win last night.
I invite
Morgan went on your show, and she won last night.
proof enough. Just say the word.
I'm just, that's how it works, right? That's
Roman and his penis degree.
Look, you're the one who's all here talking about, quizzing. Oh, he said, whatever, dude.
He's just
Yeah,
joking,
I'm sure.
Roman. Don't take it. Don't.
I'm not taking it personally. I know what he's
Don't take it hard. It's not a penis.
Mira, you're the one with the dentist issues, okay?
I love my dentist.
I'm sure you do.
And I have no issues out there mentioning or talking
Somebody
about
wrote that they're not prepared for a new dentist. Like, so you're gonna have two dentists at the same time? Are you gonna be some sort of polyamory relationship?
It's all about
Like
penis
a
and
molecule?
sex with Roman. I could have as many dentists as I want, folks. I don't think Republicans like you, Erasmo. They don't. You're 100% correct. They don't like me. But
I'm a Republican.
Democrats don't like me.
I don't matter. I don't matter. I'm a Republican. I don't matter.
But that's what see. This is what makes me different from any politician out there. I don't give a rat's behind about anyone out there. My concern is community, and that's what differentiates me to all other politicians. But Mike, you're right. Republicans don't like me, and I've stated this. Democrats don't like me. As long as my community likes me, I'm okay with that. Screw the Republicans, screw the Democrats, screw anyone out there who is not about community first. Because me, it's not about the party. It's not about winning the damn election. To me, it's doing what's right for our community. And if there was a crooked Republican in office, I'd be slamming them like I want to slam a lot of people in the face right about now. I would. I don't care. The issue is that all we have right now is Democrats, and those are the ones that we go after.
Wait. I gotta say something. I'm Joe. I'm not the one proposing mental health screenings. I'm actually opposing mental health screenings. Just want to make sure you understand that.
My point is, people who have a religious faith will be denied the right to own a gun.
I agree.
I don't, I don't think so.
I,
People
I agree. Don't
owning
use any
mental
excuse
health
that they
things
can.
does not work.
You give government an opportunity to, give an extra screening for you. Yeah, you're not going to get it.
¿Qué le pasó a Rui Cortés?
He lost.
He lost. Carlos Cascos. I like you, Erasmo. I like you too, bro. You know that. ¿Qué le pasó a Rui Cortés? You know what, Uh, guys? It's not a time to go through, about individuals who lost. Ruben Cortez had the guts to run for office, and a lot of the folks out there they had the guts to go run for office. I appreciate Sarah Stapleton. I appreciate Ruben Cortez. I appreciate everyone out there that decided to put their hat in the ring. Guys,
Mm.
running for office is not easy, guys. It is not easy, and you get a lot of crap, a lot of crap. But let me say, to anyone out there that is willing to put their name out there and their name on a line as to run for office should be applauded, guys. And kudos to Ruben Cortez. Ruben Cortez did not was not successful, but he tried. He served on the state board of education for a while. Hey man, appreciate his service as bad or as good as it may have been. I think a lot of that came out during the race. I think one of the Villarreal's points was that he'd been sucking on the tit for 15 years. Again, that's political talk, guys. But anyone that is willing to run for office should be applauded. Thank y'all for
Well,
running for
I
office.
mean, the reason I think Ruben lost is there was these political action committees that did a lot of mailers and attacked him crazy left and right on behalf of Luis Villarreal. And I think it's interesting that I guess that worked. Some of these PACs also did a lot of work to try to get the state board of education candidate on the Democrat side to win. The same people that gave money to a Republican state board of education candidate, LJ Francis, who won in the primary in the March primary. I think Ruben had a hard time winning. He didn't have, I guess, the greatest campaign. He was the only one on TV, strangely enough. But maybe billboards worked for Luis. I don't know. Luis had a decent team, I guess, around him. Doing block walks and doing food giveaways and meet the things. It worked for Luis. It didn't work for Sarah, which
Did
is
not work.
strange.
It didn't work for Liz Valdez either, unfortunately.
Mm,
It happens. But again, Ruben Cortez, thank you for running, bro. I'm sure that Ruben Cortez will be active in the community. Maybe now at a different role. More power to Ruben.
mm,
Ruben turns red at the mention of penis.
mm. I
And
actually don't right now. Just so you know, I have a TV on. It's Fox News. Go to Fox. It's completely red right now, and that could be the reflection that you're seeing. But whatever, Mike.
I like you. I love you, bro. I don't only
I
like.
don't know. You were talking about Republican not liking you and stuff like that, and there you go.
No, no. I'm talking about in general. A lot of Republicans, and
Oh, so Carlos is not a
uh,
Republican now?
in general.
Okay.
Look, I know you like me, Roman, and I know you're a Republican. I know Morgan likes me, and that she's a Republican. I know Carlos Cascos likes me, and I love Carlos Cascos. And again, I've made mention of this many times before. I'll always support Carlos Cascos in anything that he decides to run for because he is not your typical politician. And I've always said it, and I've mentioned in public because I have nothing to hide. The reason why I think he's amazing, and the reason I think he's amazing is because he steps out of his role as a politician to attend the needs of the community, and that's what I can appreciate. Again, and I think Carlos Castro mentioned this himself. It's not about the party, it's about community, and I agree with him 100%. Guys, if you're a Republican and you're detrimental to the community, I don't care. I'm not going to be this blind follower that goes like party, 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 because that is what we've had with the Democrat Party. We've had generations of people go out there and vote Democrat just because their parents and their grandparents voted for Democrats. It's got to stop. You got to vote for the candidate based on the platform and what they do for the community. I don't care if he's a red. I don't care if he's a blue. To me, it's not important. And I
Mm,
think that's what part of. And I'm not going to put words in Carlos Casas' mouth. But I think that's part of that big old statement that he put out where he got some backlash from Republicans, Roman. You know this.
mm. Yeah,
On Second
and
Memorial.
some bloggers that apparently didn't like him because he was against the arena and not they were attacking him. But
Our Second
whatever.
Memorial
What
Day show.
bloggers don't matter.
Oh, congratulations on Second Memorial Show. As the greatest pastor in South Texas, before you close the show, lead us in prayer, Castro. Yeah, I'm not one of those type of pastors.
Yeah, yeah.
I pray.
You can't do a prayer on the spot, huh?
No,
It's like one of those people
moment.
that, you're a singer, right? You're totally a singer.
I can
Yeah, well,
I can
bring us a song.
I can pray. I can preach on the spot at any time. But I don't like to mix my church with my politics. And most of these shows are politics. But every so often I'll go on a tandem and I'll do a little preachy show.
And then
I don't
people
like.
don't like to tune out.
I'm not
Oh,
the type of pastor. To assert a believer is mentally unfit in any capacity is an agenda point by extreme liberals.
mm.
Erasmo is okay in my book. I appreciate that.
No, he didn't say Erasmo. He said, "Is that how you spell your name, Erasmo?" I'm just kidding.
And I'm so, yeah, government is not about us anymore. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. We've lost that. We've actually lost where uh, government is the people, and now it's them against us, and that's what becomes very, very unfortunate because that's where socialism goes.
Am I the only one who feels uncomfortable that we have a president like Joe Biden who's lecturing us about God and things like that, and saying that he believes in white supremacy when he can't put a sentence together to save his life? It's insane.
It's
I don't
crazy.
know. The
I
guy's
mean,
nuts. I
I,
think our president is nuts, and he needs to be removed.
unlike
Put
unlike
Kamala in there,
most
I guess.
unlike most people here, I've actually been to a socialist country, and let me tell you guys, is that you see the disparity in regards to the people.
Mm.
The majority of the people, 95%, driving around in 1950s, 1960s cars because that's the only thing they could get their hands on, and you got that 1-2% that driving the new cars, European cars, actually.
That's why the people that say, "Oh, well, so what if you're paying $4.20 a gas?" It's okay. But the people that have the money, they don't care because $4.20 is nothing for them. But for you and me, it's $4.20 a gas is a lot.
It's crazy. Mike, you should run for office.
Yeah, you should, Mike. Run for BISD. We need conservatives on that freaking board. I mean, people that can actually investigate. How much bad books we have in our libraries at the school district. I will say that the Republican Party has requested, information as to the types of books that are in their libraries, and BIC did not fulfill that public information request.
Government will find an excuse to deny people their rights. Totally agree with you, Roman.
Thank you, because I'm awesome.
Pobre Ruben, but the people have spoken. Of course, the people have spoken.
I mean, it was a close race, 300 votes, something like that, 350. It was a close
200,
race.
250 some votes. I
Mhm.
also believe that the Baracoa and Enchilada giveaway helped Luis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Erasmo, my brother-in-law, just told me that they found a dead person in front of Star's restaurant. Central cops are already there. They have the body covered with a white blanket. Damn, was it a? Send me the information, Leo. I'll get on it right now.
At night? Hit and run?
All kidding aside, to prevail in today's political environment, we must reach out to all using different mediums: print, TV, radio, mailers, block walking, etc. 100%.
Yep.
On Sharp Elementary, bunch of kids outside waiting to get on the school bus and no one taking care of them. Yeah. I'm going outside. I'm going. Let's see.
Check your email.
Oh, yeah, got free pizza. He's got my vote. Giving away free pizza.
Who?
Villarreal. Let me tell you, man. People like food.
They like that free stuff. I'm pretty, it's because when you hire Pink Ape,
Squirrel.
you got to do the free food, right? When you hire Pink Ape.
And
That
yeah,
works.
podcasts and talk shows.
Okay.
They're amazing. I think the government for the people ran out a long time ago. That's not for you. Thanks for coming on, Roman.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Have a peanut. I mean, have a great day.
Peanut? Like the Peanut Gang? Where they? Well, I haven't heard about the Peanut Gang in a while. How are they? Peanuts Gang.
Have a penis. Guys, have a great day. Be back tonight at 9 p.m. Actually, 9 p.m. tonight. I promise not to go to sleep. Guys, have a great day. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. Still believe in all that crap. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.